in my opinion, it's more like a glorified after poll.
All right, we've got a clip here of Dexter addressing the Engin versus Makarov match and whether or not it affects the rankings and just his overall thought on it in general. Let's take a look.
What do you think about your champion losing to Engin? Did he have contract? Did he inform you he was pulling that stunt? So yes, we were informed ahead of time. Engin, asked Robert if it could be an EVW event, and obviously it wasn't the case.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that was the case. So Engin asked for that super match to be with EVW in some capacity, either at an event or in its own event. I mean, if it was at EVW, I'm sure it would be live streamed, of course, but we know it wasn't.
But Robert did sort of, give his blessing that that match could happen.
But at least Robert gave consent for them to have that match.
Ultimately. Now, also to be clear, I have to confirm with Robert because Robert has a better relationship with Engin than me. But I believe Engin weighed heavier. That was the understanding. Like Engin was heavier than Arthur. So
Engin was heavier than Arthur for that match. Obviously, there was no live stream. There was editing cuts, all sorts of sketchiness.
I wouldn't say that it was a sanctioned match by any means because, first and foremost, the weigh-ins weren't filmed like we normally do. It wasn't live broadcast. Everything was recorded, and so I would say it's more, if anything, it's like everything else. In my opinion, it's more like a glorified after poll.
Okay, so I mean, I think that's a fair stance. It's more like a glorified after poll than a match. It's certainly not East versus West sanctioned competition by any means, considering it wasn't live streamed and all that. If we do look at the rankings here, obviously Archer is the champion, but we don't even have Engin in the rankings whatsoever. I'm not sure if he'll ever, compete with the league. I'm not sure what they'll decide on that, but it looks like they were going to be setting up Archer versus Mindaugas. Nothing confirmed yet, but I believe that's what Archer mentioned in the post-match interview after this match. So maybe we'll see that in February or April. I'm not sure, but I mean, even just to have Vitaly and Devin on this pay-per-view alone, like I would pay for the pay-per-view simply if that was the only match, is a crazy thing. And they just announced Yordan Sonev versus Sergey Kalynachenko for this event as well. So we'll see if Makarov is on that event or not. I'm not too sure. But again, just to recap on that poll of that match, 75% of people were skeptical about that match. So Dexter kind of saying that, no, it's not going to affect the rankings. Obviously, Makarov is still the East versus West champion.
In my opinion, it shouldn't count towards any official rankings, right? So I think there's that.
So let me know if you agree with what he said there in the comments. Also, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Road to 20,000. Let's keep going.